love is strangers. Believe me when I say, loving me is loving danger. Your heart is bound to break. I walk alone in the night, beneath the pale moon. Loving's for the fools. Baby, beware of my bite. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a creeping through the shadows and the corners of your mind. I go where the wind blows. I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whispering the name. No, I can't be tamed. My heart belongs to the night. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a
pushing my limits and all the drive that I have. Well, I'm going the distance with you. I didn't know what I had till I knew what was missing, and everything that I dread. Well, I built a resistance with you. Catch me when I fall, and I'll keep you on the ground. You were gone, I wish you'd stay. I could look at you for days. Time was well spent, that's when I knew that I need to spend my life here with you. Not in the fast lane, I understand that you've been broken too many times, but I'll be waiting to mend your wounds from all you've taken. But if we listen to each other, admit our mistakes, then I can show you who I am, because I'm not the same. I'm better with you. I'm better with you. I'm better with you. Catch me when I fall.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dire Bear Adventuring Company's presentation of Foundations of Adelar. I am your Dire Bear GM, Captain Sec, a.k.a. Heath. Tonight we have with me, as always, Maddie, who is playing Annalise. We have Steve, who is playing Gillett, who is currently in transit, so he will be joining us again on camera and everything here shortly. We have Chief, who will be playing Arneth. Jack, who is usually playing Yenfear, will be shortly with us shortly. And Lucky should be with us any minute now. But let's go ahead and recap from last week. Hey, as I mentioned, hey, how are you doing? Last week saw some ups and downs. Lucky woke up to find a strange kit and a cog. Upon finding these things, he was very sullen and quiet, and then disappeared, saying he had somewhere to go. 3 days he was gone, and in that time, our intrepid party re-equipped, purchased some things, sold off some things, found some new things, and then decided in the midst of that, Annalise came across an old face. Originally, she was harangued by some children who tried to take her coin purse. Successfully took her coin purse. Found out that they were in the employ of Reginald, an old acquaintance of theirs. Realizing that he was no better fit for any life than a life of crime, Annalise thought him not redeemable at all and ended his life. A witness to the crime reported her. And upon that, she was taken into custody. A trial was had, not a kangaroo court. Witnesses were put up and asked how she pled. She pled guilty to the charge. The witnesses came forth with what they knew. Character witnesses were drawn to speak on behalf of both the deceased as well as the defendant. Sentencing was to be handed out the next day. With people leaving the court, Annalise was escorted from the court, the council's chamber, back to the prison. We will pick up tonight on the next day, but before we get going, I've been remiss in doing something and I want to go ahead and do. There's a couple of things that I want to make sure that I cover before we start. First of all, while we try to be for everyone, please keep in mind that some of the material that we cover is for mature audiences, or is of a mature nature. So viewer discretion is advised. The other thing is that I would like to thank our supporters. There are a few of you, and those of you who have supported us, I would like to thank you individually. That is Allie Lynchwood, Jacob Emerson, Merv DeGriff, of course our very own Rambo, and our very own Jack, as well as Robert Gatula. I want to thank all of you very much for your support in the past as well as ongoing and in the future, and the support that you've given us. Thank you very much. You have all helped us to kind of grow a little bit and make changes. I also want to give a big shout out to our buddy who isn't here with us. He has been feeling not in the best, but we want to make sure that we always share our love and appreciation for Larry. Excuse me.
Hello.
Sorry, I had to sneeze there. We wanted to give our shout out, our love to Larry Dixon, who is, if he's not with us physically, is always with us in spirit, and Ash is sometimes needed and missed. Picking up where we left off. Annalise, you are in your cell. Morning comes, they give you a meal. It is not meager, it is not a chintzy meal. It is decent. There's a rasher of bacon to be had. There is biscuits and some jams. Decent meal. Lucky.
Hello.
You've been gone for 3 days.
That's a long time.
What have you been doing in that time? Tell us.
In that time, I have been trying to study, and I've been trying to learn, which is my new goal in life now, knowing that I have unleashed some ancient evil. I'm trying to forsake its powers and learn my own way. Let me just see how much time this ability takes.
You go to the only place that you can think of in regards to learning anything, and that's the Grand Acadium.
Oh yeah, first place.
Upon your return, everybody else is seeing his camera black. Sorry.
It's good. He's back.
I must reconnect because I don't see him. All right. You arrive at the Grand Acadium with the cog in hand, the pouch as well. You quickly come to find one of the learned ones who take you and answer your questions. The pouch is an alchemy kit used to make potions, concoctions, and other things of that nature. The cog is a very simplistic tool. It's just a simple cog. There doesn't seem to be any reasoning behind it other than it's just a cog. The weird inscription inside of learn is interesting. And as you look over it, one of the learned brothers snaps his fingers. And he says, "We're looking at this all wrong. It's a cog. You are correct. But perhaps it is more than that. A focus of a sort. Or a simple iconography for someone that is of a higher power.
Mm-hmm.
There is the possibility of those things."
Do you happen to know anyone that makes things like this? Like if there's anyone else that makes machines with cogs?
Of course, gnomes put together and tinker some things. Clocks will have these sorts of gears in them. Could be any of those.
Okay.
Possible? Where did you come about such an interesting item? It is perfectly made. It's balanced incredibly well.
I'm an adventurer.
All right. That doesn't answer a question that I asked, but all right.
Well,
Congratulations, I guess.
Maybe even I don't know.
You came upon it somewhere.
Mhm.
It's no matter. The truth of it is that it can be replicated. You would need to have someone who has a press or a stamp of some sort. Again, the gnomes may be your best bet.
All right, where's the closest gnome?
He points you towards the Artisans Guild, the Artisans Ward, which lies in that verdant valley there in the middle of Lanceport, kind of down off of the hill from the Grand Acadium in the Fort District, and before you reach the docks. The markets sit on either end. There are all manner of buildings in there. You easily find a clockmaker. A simple gnome.
Hello?
Oh, hello! You can help you.
I was wondering if you had materials to make the same kind of stuff that you make clocks with and stuff like this. And I hold up the gear.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course. I am a clockmaker, after all, so it only makes sense that I would have that.
All right. Let me just look in my bag. Oh boy, I do not have a lot. No chance you could have a discount for someone of the academic nature, such as yourself?
Well, why don't we start with a simple introduction? My name is Garmad Gearcrank.
Hello, I'm Vincent.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Vincent. I've been making clocks for some years. I'd be happy to show you what I know. Come, have a seat. And he moves a stool over. It's a very short affair, but the table is low as well. So, like, for your tall, lanky figure, this is perfect. You can sit down. Your knees kind of stick out akimbo above you see intricate tinkering tools laid out in an orderly fashion. You see small gears and small cogs, some with multiple teeth in all directions, some with wide teeth the same way that yours are. They're, larger objects. You see them all over, spread out. And looking at them, your familiarity with cogs and gears are rudimentary. But as you're watching the internals of this clock, you understand how the pulleys and how the weights and how the gears turn, how they all match up and work together. And this knowledge that you're thinking, hey, this is foreign to me, you realize isn't foreign at all. It's quite easy to understand. You spend the next 2 days poring over anything that Garmod will hand you. And after 2 days, you've not only reassembled a clock from basically the shell and just a few bits, but you understand how all of this works. It's as though whatever that dream that you had that evening has imparted upon you a bit of wisdom.
Well,
you return to... Go ahead.
I would thank Garmond, and I would promise him that I'm probably going to return, just because this is all new to me, and he seems like the expert.
He rubs his bald head. Huh. It looks like you're well on your way to becoming an expert as well. You're quite adept at this. Are you sure you've never worked with clocks before?
I mean, I have held a clock before.
Well, it's not quite the same, but it'll do, I guess. It's a start. This is... If you continue down this path, you could be well on your way to making some of the greatest little items that have ever been made, even surpassing me. With that being said, and after the second... You're not one that normally, like, instantly kind of likes someone, but this little old gnome with his white hair just barely at the edges of his ears, with his little Van Dyke goatee, kind of grown on you. He says, "You take a mind to leave, then, do you? Before you go, I'd like to give you something."
Really?
Of course. You can't get any better without practice. And practice comes with having the right tools. And he hands you a leather pouch just rolled up. And you instantly know what it is. It's tied up with a bundle. It's your very own set of tinker tools.
Oh.
So make sure, if you haven't, add tinker tools to your inventory, your equipment list. Hello. Where do you plan to go from here?
I'm probably going to stay in town for a little while. I've left my friends sort of in the dark. They probably got themselves into trouble.
Oh, I'm sure they're fine. You've tackled one of the pieces of knowledge that have been handed to you over the last 3 days. The other piece of knowledge may take some time to work with.
And that I shall. I feel like I should give him something, but I don't have anything. I swear I'll be back, Gearmond, or
Garmond.
Hold on. Garmond, yes. I almost called him Gearmond. I'll be back, Gear Crank.
Take your time. We'll see you when you come back around. Fare thee well, my boy.
And then I'll go back to the Silken Sash, because I'm going to assume that they're probably there.
Having a panic attack? Totally.
Your camera not working, Jack?
It is!
No, it
You
is.
make
It is.
your way-
Refresh. Just reconnect her.
Yeah.
All y'all refresh.
I do
So
notice
refreshing.
the screen is still showing the images and not the actual game.
Oh.
Damn it. Sorry. Nope,
Sorry.
that was my fault. I've got some hotkeys set up and I gotta change them. I was
Everybody that's
I was transferring important stuff back into party loot that needed to be there. So
good deal. You make your way back to the Silken Sash. You walk in, and it's probably, at this time, I would say it's late afternoon. Sitting around the table, looking sullen, completely dejected, you see Yenfear, Gillet, and Arneth.
Hey guys.
You're back.
Yep. Look what I got, and I pull out some gears and stuff.
Are you planning on making a clock?
Well, I mean, of many things, probably I'll make a clock or two.
Okay.
And this is going to be amazing, and I know you're probably not going to believe me when I tell you, but I went to a guy, I didn't steal from him, I was nice to him, and then he gave me free stuff.
That is.
Like,
I feel like
stealing by
everybody
being
just
likable.
side-checked you. It's like, I feel like those. He is telling the truth, at least as far as you can tell.
It's better than regular stealing. I don't even have to move my arms.
I am so sorry that Anna can't be here to fucking hear this. She'd fucking love it. Ugh. Come on.
Okay, whatever. We have more important things to fill you in on.
Yeah, we should probably go. We've been here for a little too long.
Well, I would.
We gotta go back to that other place. Adelar.
Yeah.
Annalise murdered someone.
Just blurts it out.
Oh,
Sweet.
no, I mean,
That's sweet.
she's on trial. She's in jail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the best thing ever.
No, it's not.
You know how hypocritical that is? That makes me so happy. Oh my god, she can never get mad at me ever again.
Listen, this is a this is a tough time for us, and I really don't appreciate you being happy that our friend is in jail.
I mean, we've been through worse.
Fair enough.
You're like, yeah, you're right.
All right. Well, so sorry, what? She was arrested? Why?
Yeah. She murdered my.
Yeah, we killed like so many people though. What's different about this one?
What's one more to the list?
I don't know. Apparently, it was in cold blood. I don't know. I don't know.
Is there ever not killing someone in cold blood? All right, just walk me through what happened. I'm really confused. Did she like kill someone important?
She murdered somebody.
Okay, just start. You need to be more clear. She murdered someone isn't enough. We have killed at least 10 people since coming here. So
Who
did
was
she kill?
considered an innocent.
Why were they? Okay, so she like hunted him down. Was he a monster in disguise or something?
No. I don't know. Honestly, I just ask her yourself. I can't.
Well, if she's in prison, I'm not going to be able to just go ask her.
Well, I mean, you might be able to visit her.
So, the thing that I crafted, Cap.
Mm-hmm.
I pull that out, which I know you don't know what it is, but you'll know when I start telling you how I use it. I open it up, and I start taking all my junk and throwing it in there. And it's a little bag, and it just goes in. And then
You watch as he pulls out a pouch. It looks like a merce, like his merce that he normally carries around with him.
I put my merce in my merce.
He puts one of them in the other one, and then he takes the flap and tips it over, and nothing comes out.
What is that?
It's my merce. I started taking off all like the random bits and bobs and all the random little pouches I have and just throwing them all in.
Emptying your pockets, it looks like, like just a scene from some lampooning a guy with weapons who gets arrested and they're like taking all the weapons out, but instead it's just bits and bobbles. It's just a pile that's in front of him, and he starts putting them in the bag. And it seems
I have a recording of myself in grade 11 acting in Whiting for Godot. And that's one of the scenes that I'm in. And I will, if I can find that recording, I'll show it. It's literally just me pulling just shit out of everywhere. Anyway, I'm doing that, and
he then puts it into the new bag that he has on his side.
What's some?
I'm gonna. It's a man purse.
Why can't you just call it a purse?
Because it's manly.
It doesn't look manly.
Okay, honestly, I've had enough of you. And I'm gonna like slim down to the point where I'm literally just wearing like a black T-shirt and like my leather black armor pants, and then I have my merce, like my new look. But that doesn't throw off all the art that you guys have been making.
Fuck you. First of all, die.
First of all.
No more like head wrappings or anything like that.
No more looking cool. Now he just looks
Now
like
you
a
just look like a
fuckboy.
twink.
Now I just look handsome.
Or
No, yeah, all
I
the
got
annoying
20
part of
charisma.
his handsomeness.
Motherfucker.
I got 20 charisma. Okay. We'll let you be. We'll let you be.
All right.
So you need to start from the beginning because you're refusing to do that. Why did she kill this person? What does she say is the reason she killed this person for? Dead silence. I love it.
As soon as I finish this chip, I'll let you know.
You know what? I'm gonna go ask Annalise.
Fish.
Where is she being held?
That place, the jail.
That one jail, with that one dude, at that one place.
Yeah.
With people in that area.
You know where?
Where they put me? I don't know if maybe she was like a.
Is she in the same place as he was?
Yep. Not in that special one, but in the same
First time.
in the same regular cells.
I guess where they put you.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get her out. I'm gonna be proactive. Y'all can sit here and do your thing.
I don't think she wants to be broken out.
I'm not gonna break her out. I'm turning over a new leaf.
And you just flounce off, apparently.
I flounce like the flounciest off.
I'm
He
totally in love
flounces
with
like
the
he's
idea.
never flounced before.
And I'm extremely concerned.
Because he's a
already.
maniac.
Yes.
Yeah, Gillet's gonna keep day drinking.
Gillet's just tossing him back.
I could have
so
used
I'm gonna
your
head to the
help
prison.
there, man. What a mood. See? Should we follow him?
Possibly, yeah. Before he does something, dumb.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I get like coffee or something first?
Yeah.
It's day
Yeah.
drink. It's in the afternoon. It's you guys just got back from the court where it says, "Hey, we're gonna do the sentencing tomorrow."
Are you tired, Gillet?
No, but
Nope.
I'm getting drunk.
Do you want me to carry you on my back?
Don't do
Desperately.
that. That's okay.
Alright, well, Gillet's being piggybacked.
I'm just trying not to look. Honestly, it's so weird. Okay.
Someone jealous.
Well, I guess we're going back.
All right, so you guys are heading back to the prison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You make your way back to the jailer. You enter in. Night hasn't fully set on yet, but the sun is low in the sky at your back as you enter the building. One of the deputies of one of the King's Legion looks up at you.
Have you seen,
Young man, round-faced, clean-shaven, helmet is off, sitting on the table as you walk in, and he looks at you. He's like, "How may I help you?"
Have you seen an elf through here? Dressed in black, carrying a merce.
Oh, did you not go together, or did you catch up to him?
No, it was kind of like, I think we kind of went, like, after him.
Oh, you guys would then the first person walking in would be Lucky then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You guys would be like right on his heels, but
So
can I help you?
yes, I'm here to have a visiting with one of the prisoners,
Which prisoner?
Annalise Gascoigne.
He looks at the clipboard. He looks at the page that he has. You wait here a moment.
Mhm.
And he turns and slides, and as he gets down, you realize that he's kind of short. He's like maybe 5'7", 5'6". For a human male in the city,
It's not that bad.
less than average. But anyways, he disappears. He waddles off for a moment, comes back. He has Commander Gantry with him.
Ooh, good. Gantry.
Vince?
It's Lucky.
Lucky.
I know it's
Yes,
hard
I
to
know,
tell.
I know who you are. Yes, of course, I know who you are. How can we help you?
I'm here to see Annalise.
Generally, whenever someone's standing up waiting sentencing, we don't allow any visitors. However, I will make an exception. Of course, I will have to be with you during your visitation.
That works.
Follow me. And he leads you all down the very familiar right-hand turn off of that left hallway, through the door, and then you see the cells there. And Annalise,
Is there a point in the hallways where it's like just me and him?
it'd be the party and you two.
Never mind.
Squints.
He steps back a pace, like down the hallway from you all, allowing you more privacy than what he did the last time, where he was just right behind you. He's watching you, and he's just outside of earshot if you were to whisper or something.
Annalise, looking good.
You found him, did you?
You saying that like I was lost?
He found us.
Well, to be honest, like
As always, I'm the savior.
Oh, right.
How's it going? Comfortable?
Probably more comfortable than you were.
Well, I mean, you're spending a lot more time than I did.
You're right. But nobility has its perks.
True. I should probably get me one of those.
Yes, well,
Nobilities.
good luck.
One nobility, please.
Nobility, please.
Do you have any discount nobilities? I heard they're out of season.
Do you have any in the thrifty section? Like
Yeah, so go to
second-hand
Kohl's.
nobility?
Go to Kohl's. There's a nobility sitting on the shelf. Nobody's used.
Anyway.
Second-hand nobility store.
So everyone else is being super vague and foreboding. I would like to know what happened.
What happened with what? You'll have to be more specific.
I feel like I deserve that. As much as that hit that annoying nerve, I'll give you that satisfaction. I know I deserve it.
Who are
What'd you
you?
do?
And what have you done with Lucky?
I'm making clocks now.
You're doing what?
It's a long story. What'd you do? Who'd you kill? Why'd you do it?
You remember that little shit that kept trying to steal from us?
Me?
Besides you, actually.
No, then.
Wispy little man named Reginald?
Oh, Reggie, yeah.
Yeah, he,
You killed Reggie?
You bastard!
Thank you.
do you have to, so loud?
Sorry. You killed Reggie?
Yes, I killed Reginald.
Oh, I won't miss him.
Very few will.
You won't miss him.
I won't. You didn't kill Horace too, though. Horace is great.
No.
Okay.
No. Horace apparently is actually with the god.
Oh. That's awkward.
I had wanted to check up on him before we left, but, well, one thing led to another, and I ran into Reginald first. And his exact words were, "This is the life that I chose, this is the life that I'm good at." Meaning that no matter what he was going to do, if we took him and put him in jail, or if we brought him to the god, he would always go back to a life of crime, and he was exploiting children.
I'ma just leave.
You
Exploiting
leave.
children.
Yennefer turns and walks out.
And not to say what I'm assuming everyone else has already said. Weren't you super mad when we killed Gafton Kane? I'm pretty sure he was exploiting children too. I'm pretty sure the reason Yennefer hates him is because when he was a child, Gafton Kane exploited him.
Annalise
I'm
is-
gonna follow after you.
Just
Annalise is gonna stand up and walk over to the bars and just kind of gesture Lucky to come closer.
Please don't hit me.
And she's going to say, very softly, I just can't speak super softly because then my mic won't pick my voice up. But she is whispering to him. Have you ever heard whispers so loud that they drowned everything else out?
Technically.
Is this a code? Are we speaking Pig Latin?
No, this is an actual question.
Ixnay on the pace esque. I don't know Pig Latin, I'm sorry.
We're not speaking Pig Latin. I'm actually asking you a question. Lucky,
I mean, yeah.
I hear the voices of my dead family. You know this. I was sitting-
Why did you do that when I was drinking?
You know this. I told you this. Told the entire party this.
Did you tell me?
Yes. You were
Was
there.
I there?
Yes, you were. I never went into
Was
specifics.
I paying attention?
Probably not. I never
Okay,
went
that
into
explains it.
specifics. But now, devoid of most of my personal belongings, everything is finally quiet.
Well, that's probably one of your things.
Try 3 of them.
Bet one of them is that weird saw cleaver thing you carry around.
Nope.
Damn it.
Nice try, though.
Good thing we didn't bet money.
Would you like
Also,
to know?
I have none.
Would you like to know what items they were?
That's your own business. Alright. Let me get this straight. You killed Reggie. You killed him because he's exploiting kids and still stealing from you. You did it
No.
just like on a whim, like randomly,
No.
or did you like...
I killed him because I thought it was my own actions. I truly, in the moment, thought he was a monster.
Well, I mean, he kind of is.
No. He's a misguided youth. Just like Yennefer was, just like you were.
I used my misguided youth for good stuff, though.
Now,
I did back then. Why do you think that other guy
Yes.
that I always thought Captain Kane was? Harker Demlin.
Parker Demlin.
Why do you think that guy was trying to get at me?
I don't know. You never told me. So.
Because I interrupted his crime business by doing my own crime business and giving to people who suffered from his crime business.
Well then.
Yeah,
That
changes
would
your
have been nice
perspective,
to
right?
know.
I didn't have the obligation to tell you. Just like you didn't have to tell me you heard voices in your head.
Well, that being said, there were eyewitnesses that saw me kill him.
All right.
I'm not getting out of here. And if I tell them about those voices, that's a straight trip to an asylum and I will never see the light of day again.
Looking around, everyone's left. Did Gillett leave too? Or did Gillett even come?
I'm standing here with my arms folded still, sort of
Swaying.
trying to listen
just
in, but not like it. Since
little
she
bit.
wanted to whisper to you, I didn't want to do too annoying, but I'm still close enough to
You would
Like,
be close enough to
try
hear.
to
She
hear.
just the only person she doesn't want to hear is Captain Gantry. Because then he's
Gotcha.
gonna be required to report the fact that she is absolutely batshit insane.
Gillett, can you do me a
Noted.
favor?
I mean, you saved my life, so yes.
True, I could kind of just tell you to do whatever I want and you'd have to do it.
I thought you were being good.
This is good. Gillett, can you go get Yenfir and Arneth? Tell them
Okay.
Lucky needs them.
I'll see if they buy that. Sure.
So say Lucky needs them more than anything in the world. Or actually, wait, no. Tell them Lucky doesn't need them. That'll work.
I'll get them.
All right, cool.
All right, so you guys have made it out of the jailer's location, down the street, a pretty decent way. And you hear behind you kind of a, "Oh, I'm too drunk for this." As Gillett is coming up behind you at a pretty good sprint, hands on knees as he stops you. Back in the.
Just catch your breath. It's
Hey,
okay.
no, wait. Hey, no. Okay. Why the hell am I here? No, hang on.
Are you all right?
We need to talk about your drinking problem.
We need to talk about us talking. So,
Time for an
come here.
intervention.
Follow me now. We're talking to Annalise about Annalise and also to Lucky about Annalise. So come on.
Okay.
How's this going for you so far?
I really don't want to look at Annalise right now.
You can look at Lucky.
You can look at me.
Yeah, there you go.
Fine.
Look at Arneth.
Let's go.
So that was an excuse to get rid of Gillett.
Okay. Now you've got you in the room.
Uh,
Gantry is at the other end of the hallway, standing there.
Captain Gantry, I'm gonna call him over once Gillett's gone.
It's Commander. Yes. How can I help you?
Ooh, Commander, did you get promoted?
I am commander of the Docksward Garrison, of course. It's my title is Commander.
So I just want to know what would happen if I look around and no one else can hear me. Us, right? No one else is in this
Other
hall.
than Annalise, yeah, and there's nobody else there.
What would happen if I told someone that you told me and authorized me to kill Captain Kane? Now hold on before you answer. This is not a threat. I just wanted to bring it up, and I just want to know if there's anything we can do to get Annalise out of here. Any extra steps we could take.
She pled guilty to the charge.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
but
to say.
could we make the murder of him legal? Like, say if he had a contract out on him?
Not any way that I know of. A contract. The contract would have had been taken about days ago, prior to the murder.
What if no one knew the contract was there? What if it was vague and there was no exact name, but it was very clearly Reginald, and someone came forward with the realization that Reginald matches the description of this person that the contract was for? Because Reginald was a bandit.
Well, the contracts are written on a particular... They use a particular magic to write the contracts.
Mm-hmm.
The magic itself is what keeps the contract binding. There's no way to make a contract now using that magic that says it was for an earlier time.
There's
sorry.
no way to do that?
Not that I know of. Of course, I'm with the King's Legion, not with the Adventurers Guild, but as far as I know, the magic works in a particular manner. Whenever the time expires on the contract, because that is taken out, the contract goes blank. Or if it's fulfilled by another individual, the contract that you would hold would also go blank, because the contract has been fulfilled. The jobs aren't just once you take it, it's not that's your job. I mean, the jobs are posted at all of the Adventurer Guild within a certain region. If those are picked up by several different adventurers, it's the first come, first serve.
Are there any other ways to do this not through the Adventures League? Like with not magic paper? Is there any other legal forms? Like in the Guard, maybe?
Lucky, I appreciate what you're doing.
I want no part of this. Do you understand?
I'm just saying that Harker
I appreciate
Kane thing.
I appreciate what you've done. But understand, and I want no part of this. We can speak on behalf of Annalise, and perhaps she'll receive leniency for a crime. We will plea for leniency. I do not wish to see her perish for this choice. She did rid us of a rather unsavory type, but at the same time, it was still a murder. If you feel it necessary to say that this was done, you will only implicate what was done to Gafton Kane. You would only implicate yourself.
I'd find a way around it. I'm not going to.
Lucky, let me serve my sentence. This was my mistake. My honor demands that I pay for it. No one is above the law, not even myself.
It's very stoic of you. I admire that.
Commander,
Were there any other way I wish...
If you would, I'd like paper and a quill. Just to write a letter.
Certainly. I believe that I can do so.
Lucky, I have nothing more to say. Thank you for trying, but I must serve my time. Give the due to the law. The law works, even if it isn't always what I want.
We'll see.
He doesn't leave yet. He will escort Lucky before he returns.
I'll leave.
Okay. He escorts you back to the front of the building. He stops at the front desk and you... Is there anything else? And he looks at you with a very solemn... Trust me, Lucky, if there were any other way, I would rather have this burden lifted from her shoulders. But unfortunately, it's not. I'm sorry. Again, I will beg leniency in this matter, for she did the city a modicum of good in ridding us of this scourge, or what potentially could have been a scourge.
If someone is under magical effects when they commit a crime...
Say again?
If someone is under magical effects when they commit a crime, does that grant them any sort of extra wiggle room for?
Those are fiddly bits. It's very hard to determine. Because if you say, oh, I was under magical effect, imagine what sort of defense that would lead. It would be very hard to track down. Those are treated in the same way. You're under a magical effect, but we have no way of proving it. We can only take and look at the status of things and the witness and what have you. The witness brought forward said that they saw. At this point in time, we will have to wait for the sentencing. I'm sorry. I really, truly am. I hope you understand. You've all been a boon to the city in your time here. Both with helping take down...
Not so good stuff, too, but, you know.
Helping take down Hawker Dimlin and Gafton Kane, as well as helping restore the Grand Acadium and at least preventing some of the more unreparable damage that was done to it. And for all of that you have done, we thank you. Which is the reason why that I will press for leniency when it comes to her sentence. This one is out of my hands. I'm so sorry. Good day. And he takes paper and quill from the desk and returns to your cell. He holds the bottle of ink and the quill out towards you and the parchment. You go to take him. He holds on to them for just a second longer. Or at least the scroll, the parchment. Annalise, I'm of two minds. I am upset at the murder, of course, as I should be, as the law requires me to be. But I am heartbroken that this should fall on your shoulders this way. As I told Lucky, I truly wish that there was anything more that I could do to take the burden from your shoulders. I would shoulder it myself if I could.
I appreciate the sentiments, Captain. Commander. Apologies.
Sorry.
But it is not your burden to bear. It is mine. It was my fault. It was my mistake. And I will serve my sentence for it. End of story. No one else can take my crimes on themselves.
Very noble of you. I will tell you this. Here in the city of Lansport, murder of this sort is taken very seriously. And it generally ends up swinging from a noose. I will apply every ounce of power that I have or may not have to have that reduced to something if that is the way that the sentencing goes. Do you understand?
Of course.
He releases the parchment. He says, now, are you comfortable? Is there anything that we can get for you? Anything at all?
Thank you, Commander.
You are quite welcome. Have a good evening. We will talk to you more in the morning. And he turns sharply on his heels and walks briskly away. The night passes in turmoil for most of you. Your thoughts distant, heavy. Lucky, yours are more spinning with new ideas and newfound knowledge.
It's hard to concentrate.
Pressing information. You borrowed a book from the Acadium concerning alchemical makeup and things like that, and as you flip through it, you realize just how familiar you are with these things that you've never looked at in your life, but all of a sudden you understand them. How the correct mixture of two particular compounds may do nothing, but adding a third or adding a little bit more of one changes the composition and makes something new and different. The morning wakes and it is reflective of your mood. The skies are gray. There's moisture in the air that hangs on your body. Threatening rain seems to fall in the distance, and occasionally you hear a peal of thunder and lightning light up the clouds above you. The clouds hang, and it enhances the smell of the ocean as it raises off of the docks. That briny smell of sea salt, fish, and tar and pitch and things that would be along the lines of a dock. You make your way back into the fortress district. Before that, though, is there anything that anybody would like to do or say? Or
I'm going to try going to the Adventurers League. Or Guild.
Okay. You make your way to the Adventurers Guild. You rise before everyone else. Having barely slept anyways because of your mind just completely rolling with all of this. You arrive at the Adventurers Guild. The guild head at the moment, the one that's heading it up, looked at you with bleary eyes, a cup of coffee warm in his hand still. He takes a sip of it and looks at you.
You know, if you add cinnamon to the grinds, it increases the flavor.
Legit.
Whatever. What do you want?
I want to make a contract.
Okay. What sort of contract?
On my way here, like 2 months ago, I was attacked by these bandits, and I just realized they stole something of mine that's irreplaceable, a family heirloom. I never really paid attention to it. It was always in my bag. And when I went to go look for it the other day, I realized that was one of the bags the bandits took.
2 months ago.
Yeah, it was a little
Here at
while
Lance
ago.
Port or elsewhere?
I was coming from Adelar to here.
Okay.
I went to Reed Song first, and then I came here.
Okay. You suppose they're still there? Is there a reward that you would like to post? Standard fee is 3 marks for a job, depending on the difficulty. It could be more or less.
Okay.
Sorry, it won't be less. It could be more, depending on the difficulty of the job.
Well, there were 2 guys. I only got a really good look at one of them.
Okay.
He was like this spindly fella, you know. And I basically, I want him gone. Like, I don't want them blading our land anymore.
Okay. Generic description of bandits near Reed Song, between Reed Song and Adelar.
Ryan personally don't know how to describe people very well.
Okay. You do
Can I
decent description of are you describing Reginald?
Yes, I'm gonna try to do it like as best I can.
Okay. You do a pretty decent description, and he writes down all of the words that you say, truncates them, and then says, all right. Would you like to post up any personal funding? The cost of the contract is going to be 60 gold pieces, 30 of that for the guild, 30 of that for the adventurers upon their return. And successful completion, unless, of course, you would like to raise the stakes, we would still take our standard 30. The rest of it would go to the adventurers.
Maybe I would like to raise the stakes.
All right. How much would you like
What if I wanted it to be like something that the person who takes the contract isn't really allowed to talk about?
That's fine.
Would that increase the money?
Not particularly, no.
What
The
if I
details of the
wanted-
contract don't raise the cost of the contract. It's only the difficulty or your own personal choice to reward them for more, if they would like to do so.
What if I wanted to post date it?
Post date.
Or pre-date it, I guess, would be the
You
more
want to
proper
date
term.
it for an earlier day than today.
Yes. Because, okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to show my mom that I put out a contract to get our heirloom back, and she's going to be super pissed that I didn't notice 2 months ago, and she's literally going to skin me alive. I'm willing to put in a bit of extra gold for this to happen, like a couple hundred.
To the guild.
To the guild, to the adventurers, whatever makes more sense. Just a small favor for me and my mom so that I don't get my ass kicked by my mom.
He leans back, rubs his jaw slowly. You can hear his fingers scratching over the stubble on his face. You wouldn't be tied to a bit of that Mishigosh what's going on around town.
Mishigosh?
You wouldn't be involved with that lady that killed the fella, who was kind of spindly, tall,
Don't know what you're talking about.
gangly, was a bandit.
No, not at all. Ryan's really bad at lying lately.
No, giggles immediately.
No. All right.
No.
That's a pretty good deception check, though.
Yeah, the deception, like Lucky apparently is pretty good, but Ryan, oh my god, I've been doing so bad in board games. I'm not the spy.
Look, even if I could, which I can't, I don't have the ability to do it. The contracts are written in such a manner on these paper that's handed out to us that they are dated once you've signed off on the contract. It's dated for the day that it's made. Sorry, you'll have to live without your skin. I hope your mom goes easy on you, because at least you filled out the contract.
Maybe I could like make a fake non-magical one. She probably won't really know the difference.
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Without our seal on it.
She's like an old couple.
Sure, she is. I'm sure your mom is old. I'm sure she's. Yeah. Anything else that I can do for you? Because it doesn't seem like you're really going to take this contract out, are you?
I am. I just have to go get my money, which I just realized I forgot.
Goodbye.
How much would you charge for like one of those papers?
The magical ones?
Yeah, like a blank one.
Oh no. You don't buy these.
Bye.
And he takes a sip of his coffee and then just does this.
Cinnamon. I'm telling you, man, cinnamon.
Oh my god.
You should report things earlier.
You should care more about my relationship with me and my mom.
How's your mom? How's your mother?
And actually, on that note, I'm gonna go to the. Is there like a post office?
Yeah, there's a postal service. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go write a letter to my family.
Okay.
I will type it up specifically to you, but basically, I'm gonna write oh, I'm sorry, I disappeared so suddenly, and I'm doing fine. I hope you're doing fine.
To your actual family.
To my actual fam.
All right.
Oh.
If you wish to contact me, send all letters to the Silken Sash in Lanceport, where I'm staying. I may not be able to get them right away because I'm an established adventurer and I've saved the world on multiple occasions.
I'm pretty amazing.
Couldn't get away without a little bit of the curve and the truth there.
All right.
Kind of a big deal around here.
I brought a guy back from the dead.
That's true.
That's true. You did do that.
That's true.
I'm not going to add that in the contract because then they'll be worried.
What is that? What is that? Mic drop. What is mic? Why are you dropping a mic?
Can you magically
all right.
enchant this to drop mics as soon as they read it?
What's a mic? It's a guy. We're down to the dock.
Got Mike walking by, just
Gets
Lucky
lifted.
grabs a random dude. What's your name? It's Mike.
Perfect.
What's your name? It's Robert. It's Mike now.
You are who I tell you are.
What's your name? I'm Batman. So, the rest of you Lucky, when you wake, Lucky is not there.
What a
You
surprise.
pick at your food, take a little bit of a drink, and then make your way to the court. When you arrive at the Fort District, they recognize you right away. They allow you entry. You arrive in the council's chamber, and it is once again filled with people. On either side of the main aisle that leads into the room, it is choked with bodies. There are more people in here than there were the day prior to, even. The noise is a constant buzz that fills your ears. A cacophony of noises of both high tones and low tones, and it just constantly drives into your mind, droning on. Standing at the front, once again, chains and around her hands, looped through a loop of iron on the stand that she's on, is Annalise. Her hands are currently down in front of her. She is looking towards the council chairs, which are currently empty, 6 of them sitting there. The podium has been put back up once again. And you watch as the King's Legion marches in first, and then the 6 council members walk in and take their appropriate seats. Above each seat, you see an emblem representing their family or the business or the aspect of the city that they run. You see one of them that has an anvil. One of them has a fish leaping out of water. Another one has a boat on the water. There's another one that has a scythe and like wheat that's bundled together. You see one that has like an ornate jewelry or like a necklace that looks like it's ornate over their chair. The families come in and sit, or the council members come in and sit, and then shortly after them, flanked on either side by King's Legion, you see the Magister once again. His black fur, he walks to the front, stands at the podium, and puts his hands on there. He looks around the room, his gaze falling on everybody, and as it does, commanding silence. And like a wave of silence, he kind of shuts the room down as his gaze passes over everyone. He waits for a moment more. Murder in the city of Lansport is a very serious business, not to be taken lightly. In the matter of Annalise Gascoigne, we have heard witnesses on both sides. Characters who have spoken for her, characters who have spoken for the deceased. In the charge of murder, we find the defendant guilty. We have not weighed this lightly, but have looked at all of the options, and the only thing that we conclude is that she did so murder this individual willingly and of her own accord. Before we lay down the sentencing, I would like to ask if there is anyone else that would like to speak on her behalf. And there's a quiet murmur in the room. The doors to the back of the room, which were closed, open. You see light spilling in from outside, dwarfing the torchlight at that entrance. A shadow fills the entirety of the door almost. A grayed griffin who once had black feathers, proud visage still on his face, steps forward. Although he is ancient by standards, he is no less regal. The crowd murmur and defer, and they try to shy back from this amazing beast that walks into the room. All of you recognize him as Abaddon. Beside him, dressed in full regalia, helmet at his side, ornamental sword on display on his hip, walks Commander Gantry. They flank you, Annalise, on either side. You watch as Abaddon bows low, his head and beak touching the ground. He lifts his head up, and you watch as the Magister bows equally as Abaddon speaks. I wish to say, on behalf of Annalise Gascoigne, that she is noble. Her actions in this matter may have been driven by a force outside of our knowing. While we do not know if that be true, I would ask for leniency in regards to her sentencing. He bows his head once more, his feathers and wings drooping low, and he stands. Backs up a pace. His shadow still cast over you because he's just so large. Commander Gantry steps forward, snaps a salute. Commander Gantry, commander of the Dock Garrison, King's Legion. I, as well, wish to beg leniency in regards to sentencing for Annalise Gascoigne. She and her companions have been a boon to the city since they have arrived. They have rid us of a troublesome creature in the form of Harker Demlin. And as that name is mentioned, there is a bit of shock and cry of huzzah almost from behind you. They have rid us of Gafton Kane. And once again, there is a bit of celebration, jubilation from the crowd. You watch as in front of you, Annalise, and those who would like to watch, you see some of the council members shift in their chair, whether through unease or exultation, you're not sure, but they seem to be a bit more relieved and relaxed in their chair a bit. And by ridding us of this individual, although she did steal his life, which is against the law, she potentially staved off what could have been another blight in this city's underbelly. Right now, there was a power struggle, and we are doing all of our best here with the King Legion to keep it from becoming something far worse. But we have Annalise and her party and her friends to thank for this. You have found her guilty, but I beg of you to spare her life. He snaps his heels, salutes, and steps back again. They're both behind you, but on either side. The Magister nods his head. He looks to each one of the council members. Council, we have heard those speak, begging leniency for the life of Annalise Gascoigne. I ask you now, you have had your deliberations. What say you all? He motions to the first one on your left. The council member stands, a woman who is very nicely dressed. Her gown is full of greens, billows at the sleeves and becomes tighter, flows all the way to the ground. She stands in with a regal turn of her nose, Life on Duroc Island is what I say. Thank you, Councilwoman. She sits. He motions to the next one, who stands. Heavy-set man. Thick arms, corded muscles. Short beard, kind of like mine, on his face. No hair on his head. A life for a life. I say she swings. And he sits down. Thank you, Councilman. Motions to the next. A thin man. His skin is leathery, cracked. He spent a lot of time in the sun. He stands and he... She has done a great deed for the city. I say life on Duroc Island as well. And he sits. Thank you, Councilman. The next one. Young man. Maybe in his 20s. Ashy blonde hair. He stands. Not fit, but not paunchy at all. Just kind of a medium build. He speaks with a high, reedy sound through his nose. I represent my family. I say that she spends her life on Duroc Island. Thank you, Councilman. He sits. This time we have heard from 4 of our council. We have 3 that say she spent her life on Duroc Island. One says she swings. He moves to the next councilman. A woman. She stands. Voluptuous. Very heavy. She stands not with effort, but like power. I say she swings. And she thumps back down in her chair. We have it 3-2. Your vote is the final one, Councilman. The councilman stands. He is dressed in plain clothes. Nothing fancy. His hands are knotted. You see the knuckles showing. His arms are toned. He crosses his hands and looks at you, Annalise. And the silence that falls over the crowd in the room is smothering. It's a cold thing, and it seems to drag on forever. He speaks, finally. You are an adventurer. Death is something that comes with those who choose this life. You have murdered a man in our city. Granted, he was not a good man. But it wasn't yours to take. However, we've covered that matter. We know that you are guilty. I do not wish to see a life cut short. But an example need be made. But you have done much for the city in the short time that you've been here. And I cannot be without gratitude. I was taught by my family to always be thankful for even the smallest of things. With that in mind, and my heart a bit better knowing that I can sleep at night, I sentence you to Duroc Island for the remainder of your life. And he sits. Thank you, Councilman. We have heard from the Council. There was no split decision need be made. Four spoke on your behalf to spend your life on Duroc Island. Do you have any final words to say?
No.
As you wish. The guard will now take you away. We will see to your items and make sure that they are cared for. Is there anyone that you would like to leave them in the care of?
Considering the fact that I will not see the outside of a cage, I have prepared a letter for my friends, detailing what to do with my family estate in Castalia, along with all of my possessions. The only thing I ask is that, due to a condition of the body, I must wear my own clothes, even while sentenced on Duroc Island.
I see no harm in that. It's an odd request, but you understand that we must make sure that you aren't carrying anything on to the island that would harm yourself or others. Do you understand? You will submit yourself to a search, but we will allow it from the Church of Castalia. But under one of the King Legion's guide and eyes. You understand this?
I do.
Commander Gantry turns and removes the key from his hip and unlocks your manacles, taking the slide out and then reconnecting them again. I will be your escort. I will be your escort to the docks. Abaddon has agreed to go along with me. We felt that it would be at least somewhat comforting. Your friends are welcome to come along as well, but of course they must keep a distance. We have all of your possessions, and we will make sure that they're all turned in to your friends, or at least dealt with in the right manner. I believe that one of the Church of Castalia members is waiting for you at the docks. And sorry, I just got completely distracted. Thank you very much, Merv. Gong gong. You are escorted to the docks, and it's like the most odd procession. There is no confetti, there is no paper, there is no fanfare. There are those who mock you and chide and say you've gotten what you've deserved, or they say you should hang. There are those who laud and praise you for what you've done. As you make your way down to docks, there standing in front of you is a large vessel. And at the end of the dock is the member of the Church of Castalia, the head of it. He stands before you and he looks, at least for Lanceport. His face is not one of anger, it's not one of sadness, it is just disappointment. He shows them the folds where things would be held or kept. He gives you not a pat down, but he kind of shows off the outfit and how it works. Opening the coat, turning out any of the pockets on the inside, making sure that there's nothing within them. He looks at you and he says, "My child, I'm so sorry. I feel that we, the Church of Castalia, failed you, and that this is the path that you're on. take the time that you have, the remainder of your life, and reflect on this moment. And may you find enlightenment, a path that leads you back to hope. He bows his head and steps back. Commander Gantry says, the letter that you have, where is it at?
She'll pull it out of the pocket of her coat.
Okay.
Because that's where it was.
Okay. You hand it over. All right.
I would suggest handing that to Gillet and not Yenfir. There's a very good chance that he's just going to burn it without reading it.
I would. Annalise, I'm sorry to see you go. It was a pleasure having known you. Take care. It's not inhospitable, but it is still a prison colony after all. I wish you the best. And he steps back and salutes you. And Abaddon bows low without saying anything.
She bows back to both of them.
The King's Legion step back, and two of the sailors walk down the gangplank. Remembering your request, they simply take they have spears in their hands. They just kind of pop them on the ground, and then they point up the gangplank, allowing you to walk up.
She goes, with her head held high.
The rest of you are standing back, I assume, watching?
Yep.
You watch as she doesn't waver, doesn't fall, doesn't hang her head. She marches up the gangplank, the two sailors behind her, their spears in hand.
She stops at the end and turns back to look at them and just bows to all four of them.
Gilt's reaching out, like, don't go. He doesn't say anything, but that's
just reaching out.
You know, like.
You all stand watching the ship as other prisoners are loaded onto it. It seems that hours have passed by, but it couldn't have been more than minutes, but maybe it was. After a bit, the gangplank is drawn. The ropes are released from the holds on the sides. The ship is pushed out. And you watch as it makes its way out. Slowly and surely onto its destination. Commander Gantry watches as it goes. He makes his way over to you, Gillet. She suggested that I give this to you, for fear that others might not be as receptive. And he hands you a piece of folded parchment.
He'll open it and read it. Right there.
Maddie, what does it say?
Dear Yenfir, Arneth, Gillet, and Lucky, I understand that our parting is not on the best of terms, but I have no logical explanation for what happened with Reginald. He was a fool, but he did not deserve the death I gave him. Now, separated not only from you, but my personal things, I realize that my belief that he was a monster was wrong. I have mentioned before, briefly, that I hear voices. The voices are of my family. It doesn't sound sane, and had I said it in court, I would have been put in an asylum for the rest of my life. My mother was speaking so loudly of him being a monster that I thought the words were my own thoughts and my own decisions. If I swing from the noose at the end of the day, all of my family property in Castelia is to be left to the four of you to deal with as you wish. All of my belongings will be yours. I am the last of the Gascoigne family, and so the lands are mine to do with as I please. If I don't swing and merely wind up in jail for a time, I will do my best to keep my head down and my mouth shut. But you know me, it's not one of my best qualities. And if by some miracle I get out early on good behavior, please come see me in Castelia. I'll be headed home afterwards, and I would love to show you my city and my family estates. I'm sorry we had to part in this manner. I truly am sorry. I wanted to see this to the end with you, but now you are on your own, and I wish you all the best. Arneth, I hope that cape keeps you warm, and help Yinfir as much as you can. He listens to you. Lucky, please stay out of trouble. Don't turn back to the way of crime, despite how tempting it is. Yinfir, you are an inspiration. Do not allow this to stop you from trusting people. I am so very sorry. I know how alike you and Reginald were. I wish things had been different. Truly I do. And Gillet, stay away from the light. Please. The world needs more stoic men like you in the world. All my best, and all my love for my family. Annalise Gascoigne.
You finish reading the letter. The ship is now out of sight. What are you doing?
I'm gonna turn to Captain Gantry. Where did you put his stuff? Where's his stuff? It's ours now. Give it to us.
He kind of backs up for a second. It's at the jail.
Sorry, I'm in a mood. Maybe you can understand.
No, I understand completely. If you'll follow me, I'll make sure that all of us are returned to you.
She didn't take anything with her? Just her clothes?
Just her clothes.
Git'll hand the letter to Arneth. Say, can you maybe try to get Yinfir to read this? You read it too, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Do you present the letter to Yenfir to read out, reading it yourself?
I'll do it later.
Okay. Commander Gantry leads you back to the jailers, and as you are there, he takes the log of items out and makes sure that all of the items are tagged properly, and then he hands you everything. Her coin, her saw cleaver, any of the weapons that she had on her, including the hand crossbow and the interesting loading mechanism that it had. Everything that she had on her at the time.
I'm gonna be like, keep it all together. This is all of it?
It was everything that was returned to us, yes.
Don't separate anything.
All right.
Go away.
As you wish. And it's a small room that you're in, and he exits the room.
Is anyone else, like Gillet and I are here, or is anyone else?
It's the four of you, as far as I know, unless anyone says otherwise.
Yep.
Yeah. We're all there.
I wish I had a chance to have done this earlier, but she was saying, like, you read the letter out loud, right?
Did you read it out loud, Gillet?
Actually, yes. Yeah, I believe he would have.
He had read it out.
Okay.
In a wonderful rendition of Annalise's voice. It was.
It's amazing how you did that. You sounded exactly like her.
It's perfect.
Probably looking to act.
Like acting.
Yeah.
Acting.
I'm going to, like, one by one go through every single one of her things and cast Identify.
Okay.
All right.
And if anyone, like, comes near me, I'm like, don't touch anything. You're gonna throw it out of order. I need to make sure.
Are there any magical items that you had in your possession that are now on the table?
No. Unless you would count the ones that had to do with her background.
I will say that there is a slight magical aura on it.
Okay.
I'm not casting Detect Magic.
Oh, that's right. You're Identify.
Identify. Yeah, I have that now.
Was it the scarf? I've forgotten now. It's been so long.
Oh, there was 3 items.
They're right. It was the red scarf. I know. It was one of them.
The blood-stained scarf, the red brooch on the side of the scarf that she used to hold it in place,
Right.
and the white ribbon around the handle of her hand crossbow.
Okay.
So as soon as I have those 3 things, I set them aside.
You see, okay. Let's back up. I will have you using your warlock ability. You can do detect magic on them.
Okay.
You know, with your eyes.
Yeah.
They glow faintly. Then you can use your identify, because you have to know if it's magical to understand how identify works. So, they don't come to mind with a particular name, but what you recognize is what they do. And it seems more along the lines that they aren't necessarily tied to her, but like they're the residual of something. There's like a magic on them, but it's a residual thing. And it seems to hold not necessarily dark, but like angry. Like something angry resides within them. Something unfinished. It's not necessarily that it's cursed, because it doesn't require her to like have lesser restoration or a greater restoration cast to rid them, but it's like a residuum of something that happened that triggers your magical effect on them, or the identify on them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they're magical, but not like magically
I don't get like a list of the things
item.
they do. It's just like there's something there.
There's just something there. It's almost more, and in looking at it closely, you realize that it's not arcane in nature, but almost like supernatural or preternatural. It's not an enchantment magic that encompasses the. But those 3 items are the brooch, the scarf, and the ribbon.
Yenfir, I know this is probably not what you want to hear, but I'm pretty sure she's innocent, guys.
What are you talking about? She admit to it.
So in the letter, she even says it, that she hears the voices of her dead family. And when I talked to her, she said that they're so loud that they drowned out her own thoughts. She said they were gone now that all of her stuff is gone, and these 3 things have magic in them, but I can't even tell what it is. It's like, it's not like natural magic. It's not like how magic is supposed to work.
So you think this would be able to have her brought back?
I don't know. I can't tell what it does. I don't know if anyone can even do that. Plus, I don't even know if it's what she wants. If she comes back, she's probably going to throw all these 3 things back on. I'm telling Captain Gantry. That's all I can do. I'm gonna like go outside and be like, Gantry, can you come in?
Certainly. Okay. He comes in and looks at the items you've pulled aside.
All right.
Looks at the item. Sees
Remember what that Griffin said, that she was maybe under magical effects?
Of course.
What?
Of course, yes. What Abaddon said.
So, Annalise said something when we were visiting, when I was visiting, and if we tell anyone else, and Gantry, this is, if you don't think this will pan out, you can't spread what I'm going to tell you, okay? She hears the voices of her dead family. And they, I guess, talk to her, maybe? Maybe they just like tell her what to do, or they just lament about their deaths. But she said that their voices were so loud when she killed that man that it drowned out her own thoughts. And she even says that in her letter that she gave us. In her writing that.
That's well and good, but quite literally, that ship has sailed.
But what was I supposed to do? I can't just
What was
don't
I
know.
supposed to do?
Investigate her stuff. Look, there are 3 items here that are magical. I could have done it.
Lucky.
I just started doing this 3 days ago.
Listen to me, my friend. Her fate would have been the same.
If magical items forced her to kill someone?
Only difference would be how mad she sounded. Do you understand?
But so if I cast a spell on you to go kill someone right now, you would get arrested for it?
I would be arrested for it. And then I could say, you cast a spell on me, and then there would be an investigation into that. But that's different.
How is it different? These magical items cast a spell on her in a way.
You're right. And we can prove that they are magical, and that there's some residual effect in them that caused this to happen. But here's my question to you. Would she look innocent or simply insane?
I think she would look innocent if there's magic items that whisper into your mind and tell you to kill people. Then honestly, that speaks to her character that she hasn't done it more. And the fact that now that they're gone, see how law-abiding. Oh, I did it, so I have to be arrested.
She wore those items willingly.
I don't think she knew that they would make her commit murder, though. I think she
Telling
was
me in
holding
all
on to
the
them
time that
because
she's had them, she never discovered what the truth was behind them.
Would you not hold on to something if it had the memory of your lost family in it? I
Look,
would.
it's a slippery slope that you're on. And I encourage you, my friend, that while I understand where you're at, you want your friend back, it is a dangerous thing to say after the fact. Oh, look, I have these magical items that caused her to be this way. Do you understand how that looks? Now, I have these items that have caused my friend to do this, after her sentence has already been carried out.
Well, they were in your possession. You guys should have investigated them already.
We had no reason to believe that there was anything untoward. We were never informed that there was something going on. We weren't given a chance to investigate. To us, they were simply the items that you see here. Is that our fault?
I hate the law.
What's that?
Nothing.
What did you say?
Don't worry.
Okay.
Sorry, Gantry. Well, what do you guys think? What do we do? We just let her go?
The ship's gone. We
Unless
don't
you
have a
can,
boat. Nothing we can do.
unless you can turn back time.
Don't tempt me.
Time.
There, one of those patches on your new outfit should have a boat on it, right?
There's a boat.
An inflatable raft.
It's like a little rowboat.
I'm gonna put her scarf on.
It literally is a rowboat. You put on her scarf. It doesn't look as dashing on you as it did on her. You have her scarf on.
Well, now I'm never taking it off.
You take it off.
No, I'm never taking it off.
Oh, you're never taking it off. Okay. You have acquired You've acquired a scarf.
I'm just gonna like pick up her hat and just hug it to my chest.
Okay, you hold on to her hat. So you are alone with her effects in this room. Gantry excuses himself and leaves. What are you guys doing?
What time is it?
At this point in time, it's probably just after lunch, just after midday.
Should we stay the
ourselves to
day? What?
What?
Should we stay the day at the Silken Sash, or should we go to Adalar? Should we start traveling, guys?
Mm.
I'm gonna take her brooch and the is the ribbon on the saw cleaver or the hand crossbow?
It's on the hand crossbow.
I take the hand crossbow, the brooch, the scarf. Can I have the cleaver too?
I don't see why not.
I'm asking the party. I just like pick it up slowly.
Oh, you just start taking stuff. Can I have this too?
Sure.
Yenfir, any words?
Oh, man.
So many. So many.
So many and, like, none at all.
There's a
I'm
music
just-
box in her effects.
It's a
I'll
small
take
item.
the music box.
Okay.
God.
Other than that, it's basic. Oh, she still has the drinking horn. Which should probably go to Yenfir.
Yeah. Yeah, just saying. I mean,
I was gonna say that.
Let's be honest
No
here.
shade, but-
That should probably go to Yenfir.
rude.
Chief, if you were to open the music box... Give me one second, I gotta find
the
that.
music box.
You-
I gotta
Music
find the
possessed
song, give me a
people.
second.
I die instantly.
No. It's actually just a music box. It plays.
It's not a mimic.
The music starts playing and I
It's
have
the
to make a
smallest mimic in the
Constitution
world.
saving
It's-
throw.
Oh God, no.
The world's smallest mimic. It's a mini mimic.
Mhm.
A mini
It
mimic.
eats. It eats
it's a
rats and
mimic.
things.
Yeah, exactly. Small coins.
Yes.
Buttons.
Arneth loses a tusk in the battle with the teeny mimic.
Not a mimic. God,
We
where
want
is
it to be a mimic so bad.
But now I'm going to have to go out and create a stat block for a tiny mimic.
A baby mimic.
Mimicish.
I'm just so sad about this all. I don't know.
I apologize. This is taking me longer than I want to find
Right.
this. But
What are you doing with her effects? So you have the music box. You can play the song when you find it. What are you guys doing? You have all of her things. You're going back to the Silken Sash for the night?
Yeah, why not? Today has been a shitty day.
I'm gonna take her scarf.
That's not haunting.
Creepy as fuck.
that is what plays out of that music box.
And then everyone makes a Constitution saving.
Is that the Hellraiser thing? That's a great question.
Yeah.
No, actually, it is the Lullaby for Murgo, and that is actually the song that plays out of the music box used to fight Father Gascoigne in Bloodborne.
Oh, nice.
Ah. All right.
I'm going to, with the scarf, I'm going to use it as a belt.
Sash.
I'm going to wear the brooch, and I'm going to tie the ribbon around my wrist.
Okay, you do so. All right, you head back to the Silken Sash. When you enter, your face is crestfallen. Some of you. Rose immediately flies over towards you, Yenfir. I'm sorry, I was tied up. What was the verdict? What did they say?
She's gone. She left on a ship not too long ago.
She clutches a hand to her heart. I wasn't sure. I thought they were going to make her hang. I'm sorry your friend is gone. I'm glad that she's still alive, though.
Is that really a life?
It's better than the alternative. I'm sorry, dear. I'm not doing a very good job of making you feel better. And she opens, if you're willing to accept it, she opens her arms.
Of course I'm gonna accept mom hugs. Are you kidding?
Mom hugs. She, holds you tight, her head coming to just below yours. And I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry, my daughter. I'm sorry, my son. Jesus. I'm going to get it right in a minute. Friend, daughter, son, child.
It's okay, you know
Go
what?
through all the options.
I don't remember which one you are.
Who are you again?
Sorry, I was talking to one of the girls earlier, and
This is the
typical Rose.
We learned that your mom has Alzheimer's.
That's a horrible way.
Not.
That is awful.
Just like the most depressing episode of all time.
Wow, everybody
It's the
stopped
darkest
watching
timeline.
forever.
Welcome to Dire Bear Adventure Crying Club. All right,
It is, honestly.
weep for me.
Wait for me.
I was.
I know. I'm not gonna lie, my eyes were wet at the edges. She makes you all a meal. It's comfort food.
Oh,
It is
hell yeah.
comfort foods. She asks you, "What are you doing next?"
It seems so strange to go on.
I want to go see Horace.
Do you even know where he's at?
Annalise seemed to think that he was part of the guard now.
If that's the case, he wouldn't be probably here in Lanspole. He'd probably be at the capital. That's where they train all of them, of course. And then they're deployed wherever it is that they're needed.
Well, there's all that business in Adelar, so I guess that makes the most sense.
Yeah. It's
Did
probably
you?
best to carry on.
I know it's hard. I've grown fond of all of you, and it hurts me to see one of you gone. And I know this is a difficult decision. Would she rather have you here, holed up, wallowing in your sorrow, or carrying on with your own life?
Well, we'll never know, will we?
Lucky you, daft but adorable fool. What I'm saying is, what do you think her will would be? She said so in the letter, didn't she? Because I'm sure by this time you've told her that there was a letter written.
Probably.
Take heart. Because she might be gone, but she's not gone, if you know what I mean.
Gone.
Not gone, just gone. If your adventures were to take you back to Adelar, then I would say that she would probably want to proceed. Carry on again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you want to just hit the road, or do we want to stay here for a while?
You gotta stay the night?
I'll stay. Yeah.
All right. As you guys settle in for the evening, we're going to take a short break if you don't mind. Let's say 10 minutes, if that'd be okay with everyone. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We will return to find the party picking up, heading their way back to Adelar, possibly. Thank you so much for watching. Again, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Thank you much.
I'm gonna go grab some water.
I'm gonna be sad over here. pretty
I
awesome.
mean that we've been had for like the last, I don't know, 6 or 7 episodes. Where have you been?
Die.
All right, welcome back everyone to a very emotional episode of the Foundations of Adelar with Dire Bear Venturing Company. The rest of you rest for the evening. Dawn breaks the next day. You once again awake, kind of listless. The skies are, again, reminiscent of your mood. They are dark, stormy. You are heading to Adelar. Back to Adelar, I should say. Is that correct?
Yes.
Anything that you would like to do before you leave the city of Lanceport?
Burn it to the ground.
No. No, you can't do that. My mom lives there.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
We'll just make sure the silken sash is really like wet.
really
Lighting
wet.
things on fire.
Isn't
I don't like where this is going.
It is always very wet.
Chief, that's how you get a one-way trip to the penal colony with Annalise. Don't do that.
That's the secret. That's what they're all going to do. They're all going to get arrested.
Wait, that sounds like something we do, to be
And
fucking
then
honest.
the rest of the campaign is just all of you on the prison. Prison break from here on.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You wouldn't come with us
TPK?
if we tried to break you out, but
TPK without combat.
That's true. Nope, I would
Okay.
rewrite an entire narrative based off of all of you on the goddamn penal colony. Just trying to, like I said, it just becomes an episode of like a season of Prison Break.
Our
Yeah.
divinity is
Matthew
showing.
goes up and he's got all of the sea chart tattooed over all of his body.
I'm gonna break us out of here.
why are you so grizzled now?
I've seen things.
You've been gone for like 5 days.
Have
I
you
don't
ever
have to
been on
see
a
your
boat with
tattoo.
those 3?
Oh my god. Mm.
Horses, anything else?
What?
Would you like to purchase horses or anything?
Do we have money for horses?
I mean, we have Annalise's money.
All of Annalisa's coin.
Plus all of her
So-
coin for being a noble, since you all now actually have possession of her family estates.
Oh yeah, we're
Which-
rich
all
as
nobles.
fuck now.
Not
Which,
gonna end
by the
well.
way,
Rich,
makes the
rich.
4 of you landed nobles.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Alexa, play nobles or royals by Lord.
Enclave! You mean Yinfir's theme song?
But yeah, no, real talk, you are all now landed nobles because you are in charge of the Gascoigne family estates.
Hey, you're not here to fight.
Right, sorry.
You're not allowed to tell us that we're doing things. Chief, what are you doing?
All right.
I got a paper towel and then I tore it into 2 pieces and tied it together.
Oh my
Why?
god, that's such an Arnett
That
thing to
checks
do.
Oh my god!
Prepare to tie
So
bed sheets
perfect.
and slink out the window. Is that what it is? How do you tie bed sheets you can slink out the window?
Of course.
But Arnett to be the one that doesn't think realizes that the bars are too narrow to actually get out.
Yeah.
It's so hard. It's so
Tied together.
precious.
Somebody looks at you and goes, "Why are you tying all the bed sheets together?"
I'm breaking us out.
I don't know anymore.
Uh,
All right.
Wow.
You purchasing horses, yes or no?
I mean, it's probably going to take us a while to get there otherwise, so sure. I say yes. Being the new party leader, I say
Designated
yes.
themselves.
okay, Captain.
See what happened to the last person who designated themselves as party leader. Say it.
Okay.
No, I'm ready to die. I'm prepared.
All right.
I was born ready to die.
All right, we're getting some horses.
All right. Easy enough. Riding horses for the 4 of you. 7,000. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
An arm and a leg.
But whose arm and whose leg?
Lucky's.
Lucky's.
Right. Riding horses are 75 gold pieces. A war horse is 400.
Are we going to war?
Just letting you know. All right.
It's like we'll get Annalise back one way or another.
We do
Oh my
own our
God.
own country now, right? That's how that works.
You go to
Yeah.
war with an island on horseback. How's that going to work out for you?
When you say it like that, it sounds really stupid.
Because it is.
I will invent floaties for them.
Just
Enchant my horse.
Nope, just
horses and
regular
floaties. They'll never see it coming. It should be perfect.
I love your paper towel jewelry. It's so fucking precious. Okay,
Alright.
okay. Focus.
All right, you're going to do that again. Focus.
Focus.
75
horses.
gold pieces per horse, so that'd be 100 or be 300.
Oh boy,
75.
we do not have that kind of money, do we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, 300 gold pieces.
Wait, do we? Tell me what.
Guys,
Look
we
at
don't
your
have
party
any
list.
money.
Didn't you just get like a bunch of?
Oh yeah, we have enough. Yeah, we have enough. You said 700.
3.
Oh, 300. Oh, you should have just said yeah.
I don't have any money, and I assume we.
What
don't.
am I going to do with your imaginary currency?
Make us broke as fuck, so we just starve to death.
Nah.
You wouldn't starve. You have me.
And also, I'm always eating out of character, so really.
Sam, you purchase your horses. They're pretty good. Decent horse flesh.
I need to name my horse.
Would you like to name your horse?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Oh shit, that's not.
Oh, Gillet's getting his hairpin back, first of all.
Oh yeah, your hairpin.
Oh, your beautiful hairpin.
I mean, I can't always have my hair down, so.
It's a good look, though.
I didn't actually even notice.
Bun, no bun. Bun, no bun.
What's this? I don't get it.
You make your way out of town. The roads are dry, even though it appears as though rain is going to fall on you at any time. As you're making your way, it seems like the entirety of the riverbed, the farms, and the trees and the forest outside of Landsport seem to reflect your mood. Kind of dour. You pass the first part of the first day. No incident. You sit and have lunch. It's quiet. It's a small, simple affair, just rations, trail rations. The later part of the day again passes. You see some men and women with carts heading towards Landsport, looking as though they're going to trade or do business there. But pilgrims are the only thing you come across in the entirety. You find a clearing to the side of the road that you can take refuge in and set camp for the night. Who's taking first watch? Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Perception.
Okay. The fire crackles. A few insects in the air or in the area make noise, but other than that, there's nothing that troubles you or makes its way in your general direction. It's
Sweet.
quiet. Who's taking second watch?
I shall do it.
Okay. You can go ahead and give me a perception check, please. Okay.
Every freaking time.
You are completely lost in thought. The events of the last day or so, especially with your own falling and coming back and everything that just seems to whirlwinded past you in those last few days. You don't even realize that there's anything around until you finally hear the snap of a branch. You look up, drawing your weapon. 2 baleful eyes look at you across the way. Dark brown fur, lying sleek shoulders. A proud royal nose, snout. You see, shining in the moonlight, ivory antlers on either side of the head. It watches you for a moment and then bows its head low and looks up again and then bounds off into the distance with a rustle of leaves.
Someone's Patronus.
You, the rest of your shift passes without incident. Who's taking third?
I will.
And do you want to do 4 watches or just 3?
3 is fine, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got last?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. Well.
You're watching as a mouse, a little mouse, runs from the corner or out of one of the edges of the tree roots that are barely poking through the soil here. You watch as it stops, hops on its hind legs, and starts to dart forward again. That's when, startling you because it noiselessly falls out of the sky, snatching the little mouse up. Is a great owl with its wings spread wide. Undeterred by the little fire that you have, grabs its meal and darts off silently into the wild.
I love nature.
There's just a little.
Bye, have a nice night.
Gone.
You do you, Al.
The rest of the night passes wordlessly and noiselessly as that owl. You awake the next day to cloudy skies, but it no longer appears as though it's going to rain on you. Once again, you make your way. Are you going to go to Reedsong first and then cut south, or are you going to go straight south to like Lansport, to Adelar? There's no road that leads directly to Adelar. You have to go.
Let's keep the horses on the trail, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so to Reedsong then?
Yeah.
All right, it'll be 2 days to Reedsong. So you should reach there today. As you pass through the first part of the day, you can kind of see the forest growing thicker. The river is a bit wider here. As you crest one of the hills, the low hills within the forest, you come around the bend, you can see Reedsong laid out. It's 2 separate sides of the town in front of you. You catch a ferry across. I take it you're not going to stay in Reedsong, or do you want to stay in Reedsong?
I would like to check the adventurers board, see if they have anything.
Okay. There are a few odd jobs, but most of them are back in Lansport.
Don't want to go there.
Okay. Are you going to stay the night in Reedsong? Keep in mind that the Adventurers Guild does have like rooms that you can stay for the night.
I don't want to. I don't want to stay in civilization. I'm a bit jaded with it.
I guess we're roughing it.
All right. You proceed through Reedsong, leaving the other side of town, and you get a few miles outside of town before dusk sets in on you. You once again set up watch. I'm not going to worry about it. Just tell me who's keeping watch on the first watch. I'll
be first again.
Okay. Your evening passes without sound. You see a couple of pilgrims that are getting near town, but it looks like they want to stop for a moment, but they kind of see the mood that you're in, just your general countenance. They kind of nod and then press on without stopping. Who's taking next watch?
I will.
Okay. You're sitting there with your back against a tree, your bow across your legs, arrows stuck into the dirt just in case. And there is a kind of a snuffling sound. And then you hear a and you smell this musky, wet fur kind of smell. And you see a bear.
Yogi?
Its its fur is black with a few brown spots on its face. He's not in the fire, like not near your camp, but he's just outside of it. And you see him stand on its hind legs for a second, his hands in front of him. And then he comes down hard on the ground. He kind of brings his front paws up and slams them back down on the ground again. He's not making a move towards you yet.
Let's see, what would Arnett do?
Pet it.
What would the ranger do?
I don't know. He's gonna he'll stand up and start clapping his hands together and try to make noise to scare it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me an intimidation check.
I hope you get this. Or is this gonna look silly as hell?
All right.
16.
It goes to stand and then puts its feet down again and just kind of at you one more time and then turns and kind of wanders off. Every once in a while you hear it in the distance. Eventually the noise fades altogether.
Who fed the damn animals? Hell are they doing around
Would have probably been the same one that scared it off, if anyone.
Honestly, true though.
Listen.
Feeds it meat. Why is it here? I don't know.
All right. Who has last watch?
I'll take it.
Okay.
Yay. I never have to take watches.
You need to leave sleep too.
You get the best sleep of his
The one
life.
that only needs 4 hours of meditation and never takes a watch.
Sleeps 12 hours.
Yep. Seriously.
I got a lot of sciencing I gotta start doing.
Lions! The night passes without incident. It's quiet. The next day you head up, you pack in. Again, the skies seem to clear a bit more. The weather is turning a little on the cool side. There's a little bit of nip in the air.
I attune to winter again.
You attune winter. I like your mood.
Tuned to smoke.
Ahead of you on the road, walking, trudging along, you see an elf. She hang on just a second here. Let me get my description up. She has violet colored hair, lilac, somewhere around there. Fair skinned. She's wearing kind of a red dress, a red outfit. She has a pack slung over her shoulder and she's carrying a staff. Annalise, or excuse me, I should say Maddie, behind you, you see a party that is making its way on horseback. 2 half-orcs and 2 elves. They seem to be dowered expressions.
I'd also like to note that I've named my horse Nora.
The horse's name is Nora.
Well, that
Yes.
changes everything. We got to go back a few episodes.
I've retconned all of that.
Yeah.
Can I name my horse?
She even has the hair. Oh, and the outfit.
Carrot.
You want to name your horse Paris?
Carrots.
Carrot.
Paris. Can I name
Three. I remember it fondly.
You. She turns and looks over her shoulder, I assume.
She'll step away from the road to let them pass her by.
Introduce and then get away.
She steps aside.
Pass by Maddie's new
just-
character.
She just doesn't want to get run over by the horse.
You're 4 of you on horses, like lining it.
Nice hair.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Says 2 of them. They seem to be making their way towards Adalar, the same location or place that you were heading, or at least in the same direction. They seem armed and able to take care of themselves. Given
Dangerous
the
to ourselves.
given your proclivity to sometimes wander haphazardly into the dangers, it might not be a bad idea to see if maybe they could maybe watch out for you. Or maybe they could use your protection. Who knows? They don't seem to have a learned or a scholar amongst them, especially no casters. That one's dressed like a peacock.
Rude.
I know that you all seem to be in quite a bit of a hurry, but, would you mind giving me a little bit of a lift?
How much money you got?
Lucky.
Asking the hard questions, huh, bud?
Where are you heading?
Over the bit.
Better question.
I'm heading towards Adalar.
There's
At least-
bandits on the road. You should be careful.
Well, I have no problem giving her a lift.
Listen, we gotta get some money somehow. Make a business, all right?
What
It's
are we doing?
called being an entrepreneur.
What are you starting your own Lyft? Like Fantasy Realm Lyft?
How much money you got?
Worst Uber ever?
Uh,
1
1 star.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I can. I've been asked to check up on the town of Adalar. Something about weird happenings with the people there.
okay.
I have an adventurer's writ. If you'd like to see it, I can prove who I say I am.
Can you prove how much money you got?
We're not going to charge her money.
pale-skinned
It's fine. We're going that way anyway.
Over again.
What's your name?
Arneth is going to pull his horse around back to her and just offer his hand down to help her up onto his horse. Onto the back.
Gigantic half orc. Hand comes down.
Keep away from the rear end of the horse.
She takes a hold of Arneth's hand with her free one that isn't holding onto her staff, and then swings herself up so she's sitting side saddle behind him.
All right.
Friendship.
And then kind of just like gingerly holds on to his shirt.
Tusks.
No. Onto the back of his shirt.
I just like the idea of reaching around and going, "Ah, ah." Are you steering him like an ox? Just grab a tusk and turn. All right.
Hmm.
We're also adventurers, so we might as well go there together.
Adventurers that apparently don't want money for doing things for people.
I'm Arneth. What's your name?
Well, my name is Callista.
That's very pretty.
Thank you.
Where are you coming from?
Actually, I'm on my way from Silverhaven. I'll have to return there in a couple weeks. I have a magical item that's being readied for me. Didn't think that this would take too long, so I figured I'd trek down here and then go back and get my item.
Fair enough.
But if the four of you are going, maybe it's more serious than I thought it was.
We
Just
haven't
an ancient
had
evil that's
things
gonna
in
destroy the
Adlar
world.
go quickly before, so
Don't pay attention to him. He's dramatic.
Ancient evil?
No. You missed the second part.
Oh, okay.
Listen, young lady. We're veterans.
Did you,
You're probably not equipped to handle this. Or...
young lady?
Yeah?
What? You can't be any older than 21.
All right. How would you know that?
Just from your look. I mean, come on.
I'm such a powerful guy that I make myself look young.
That seems like a waste of magic. Doesn't that hurt you? Doesn't that hurt others?
Pain is worth it.
He's
Is
just
he
never
okay?
mind. No, don't worry about him.
Pretty far from okay.
Don't mind him and let him,
Okay.
and you'll be good.
it's more efficient if you ignore him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't catch your names.
Oh, right. Gillet.
Hi.
I'm Yinfir. Nice to meet you.
John.
I can't
John
jab him from here,
Hancock.
can I?
She just leans forward a little bit and just like whispers to Arneth, "Is his name really John?"
No, it's Vince. But we call him Lucky.
Is he actually lucky?
We should call him Liar. I guess he's lucky.
You know, honestly, he kind of is.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Go back and watch the last 22 episodes. Kind of lucky.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Just a teeny bit.
Introductions have been made. The town of Adalar awaits you.
Apparently payment doesn't.
They're quiet as they ride. They seem very pensive about something, or like they're just lost in their own thoughts or something. You stop and eat a meager meal. Again, mount up the latter part of the day. Nothing is revealed. You set camp again for the night. It was taking first watch.
New girl, you should take first watch. We've all put our time in.
Lucky,
about
why don't
start-
you
start
take
taking
first
some
watch?
weight.
Yeah, you've taken no watches, actually.
Excuse me?
Am I wrong?
I don't
You
mind.
snort
saying you're
quite
wrong.
loudly.
Then what are you being offended about?
I don't know. I thought if I was offended, maybe you'd think
No.
I did, and you just forgot about it.
I don't forget an elephant.
I don't.
Listen,
I don't mind.
why don't
Oh,
we
see?
take watch together?
Okay.
Good.
We never take watch together. Yeah, here.
I don't want to take watch with you. Go to sleep.
Rude.
Okay. As you take watch, the first watch, nothing happens. It's quiet. insects, random little critters, but other than that, nothing. Just take it second.
I'll do it.
Okay. Again, absolutely quiet. Nothing going on whatsoever. Last watch.
I mean, I'll take it if Lucky doesn't want to.
He won't.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't have to.
You didn't volunteer either.
Give me a perception check, please.
Okay. 20. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
there's a moment you're watching after the bear incident. You're kind of even more uneasy, I guess, to be the right thing to say.
They're so cute, yet so dangerous.
How can
They don't
something
want
so
honey.
cute be
They
so
want-
deadly?
Okay. A large figure, wide ears and a flattened face, tries to streak across, and you hear it snaps a twig, a branch. It comes and stands perfectly still, but it's too late as you've already seen the movement in the dark. You watch as a few more stand. Shaggy hide. They look a bit like goblins, but larger. Said, flattened in faces. They look angry. And you realize you're surrounded by bugbears.
I fucking knew it. God damn it.
Wonderful, of course, on my watch.
Of course.
I don't know what a bugbear looks like. Let me Google that.
I would.
I see.
I see. Are we dead? How dead are we? Daddy. You would.
Sorry, I have
Alright.
to make the joke every single.
The map we haven't used in a while. Like for everybody to go ahead and make sure to put their tokens, especially those of you who are new. Some of you do have tokens down already, so make sure that you don't copy in 2 of them. And then we are going to put yourselves just off the road. There's a that's kind of up and to the right if you'd like to. Or actually, I think it's just due north of where you guys are. Anyways. All right.
Where did you say we should put ourselves?
Hang on just 1 second here. There's fine. Ah.
Right. Well, I like to say that I'm close to Lucky. So to wake him up, I'm just gonna kind of like open palm slap him on the face
Wow.
to wake him up. Wake up!
Wake the fuck up. Oh man.
God, just full on. Bah!
Well, fine. Next time I'll let him die.
Breaks his nose immediately.
What did I do?
Not super hard, but
Just
you know, it's gonna wake him up.
I guess that's what I get for marrying you.
yeah.
You've given me no love and affection. Okay.
Yeah, we've
So-
had a classic marriage.
You never listened to me.
No hugs. No kisses. What is this? What are we?
That's a lack of effort.
That's true. Like,
All right. You know what time it is, kids.
oh,
Time for initiatives.
oh, hell yeah.
Go ahead and give me them initiatives.
Delicious. Why is this like this?
Taste the initiative.
Why did that? Oh, okay, I get it now. Wow, I rolled a 17. That never happens.
They step forward with murderous intent in eyes.
Maddie, what's the name of your character again?
Callista.
Callista.
Kallista.
Sounds alluring.
Alrighty then.
It's her last name is Valier.
I'm on top of my game. Getting my level.
No.
Oh, I've lost Capo and Cam.
I'm back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was about to panic.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't. All right, Gillet. You rouse from your sleeping position. You'll have to stand, but you can easily get to one of them with your movement. Of mock Jesus.
You cut out there. Say again.
You can stand with half your movement.
Mm.
They are fairly close to the party right now.
This one's ugly.
They're all kind of ugly, quite honestly.
Well, I'm going to make this one more ugly.
That will hit. All right. Okay. You gonna take a second attack?
Yeah, I'll do that.
That will hit. Again, same number, different orders. Okay.
All right. And I believe I am still able to follow up with one of these.
You are. Absolutely, and yes, that will hit also. Excellent. You kind of shake your head for a second, get bearings. The only thing you hear is Arneth yelling, "Danger! Danger close!" You push yourself to the, to your knees and then stand up. You see in front of you the shaggy fur of this creature, goblinoid face staring at you with malicious intent. Spring into action, you grab your blade from the ground, jog forward, come to a slide and stab. Bring the weapon again, spin it over, stab into the side, and then push it off with your hand as you do so. It kind of... All right. Wow, I'm surprised you guys all go before them for the most part. Yenfir.
Me.
You are laying in your bedroll.
Okay, I guess I have to get up. Things are gonna eat us otherwise.
Easily cast a spell
Rolls over.
lounging damage.
Lounging damage. I am going to get up. Wait. Yeah, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna guiding bolt this fella over here.
What level?
Whatever level, I guess. The first one.
The correct one.
Mm-hmm.
Waking, standing, rubbing sleep from your eyes, you kind of bolt.
Mm-hmm.
It swirls through the air on the way to its target, and then you watch as the bugbear kind of dodges out of the side and slams into a tree, having no effect.
Rude.
Bonus action? Bardic Inspiration, maybe?
Do that.
Okay.
Hoomst.
Hoomst.
I will inspire our new party member here.
Kalista.
Kalista.
I have to ask the question because you were asleep. Had or no?
No.
And are you in the distance?
Yes. I would have been out of sight of the fire.
Okay. You can't really make out where she's at. You kind of see her shape in the distance, but you have dark vision though. It's kind of dim. She's laying on the ground, so you can't, it's like she's covered up, lying on the ground.
All right.
All right. So you pretty sure that's her. So yeah, you go ahead and your inspiration.
And
Is that your turn?
Are
you gonna move, stand up?
Cue Stairway to Heaven or some shit. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. That's it. That's it.
Thanks a lot.
Inspiration
All right.
is what at this level?
What's that?
What dice is inspiration?
D8. 1 die 8.
What?
Your inspiration die is a D8 at this level.
Yes.
That was the question, and that was the answer.
Oh.
All right.
Good thing you were.
It's your turn.
Have my movement to get up.
Yep. You stand.
The hat is going on.
Okay. You quickly doff the hat as part of your movement.
And I'm going to
don the hat, not doff. Yes. Doff is off. Don is off.
Step just to the side. I am going to cast Witch Bolt.
And which one?
This one.
What's the range on it?
30 feet.
Okay, yep, they're within range.
And I need Bolt.
All right, so it's an attack roll on your part, if I'm not mistaken. That will definitely hit. Wow, and now you just concentrate on it.
Not only that, but it's a first level spell.
Woo!
Yeah. Okay. I have to roll a d20 on that, don't I?
Only if I roll a 1. Unless you want to make it more. DM spell.
Nothing happens. You reach out with your hand. This electrical energy jumps across the way, strikes him in the chest, and you watch as it looks like fingers or tendrils grip the creature, wrapping it up in electricity. And it just kind of sits there and jugs. And as you dances a jig in place, and as you do so, there's a pulse that seems to fly from your hand along the electrical current, and it makes its body shock one more time. Bugbear's turn. This one looks at his friend and looks and runs at the first creature it sees. That's you.
Kill him.
Me?
24 to hit. Critical. Against Arnett.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking brutal.
You take 17 points of damage as he runs up, jumps in the air with this huge morning star, the ball at the end with the spikes all out of it, brings it down with a crash against your shoulder. You're not sure, but it felt like something definitely gave in that hit.
Ooh.
He bounces back on the balls of his feet. He looks at you.
Rude.
That is his turn.
Ow.
Ow. The one that is dancing a jig is not impeded from movement, so he is going to help his patriarch and step forward. He is going to take a swing at you as well. Well, with a 9. Which, if not mistaken, does not hit you anywhere.
No, thank goodness.
Right. And next up is this one. He is going to come here. And he is going to... Well, 16 to hit your AC, Steve. Gillett.
It does.
All right.
Gillett, why are you over there by yourself?
You take 8 points of damage as he brings this wicked-looking Morning Star across, slams it into your chest. Doesn't drop you, Jesus, that hurts. You see little pinpricks in your skin where the spikes on the end of the ball stab into your skin. Arneth. Sure.
You know what? I'm gonna try my swords for once. Remind me how it works again. I can hit twice with my
main and once with your offhand.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attacks.
Gonna hit this guy because I'm upset.
Okay, that'll hit. That will hit. And that will hit.
Cool.
Delicious.
Okay. Okay, good deal. 18 points of damage in one shot.
Damn.
You walk up, you stand, your bow drops to the ground, you pull both swords, sink, stab once into his chest, drawing blood. Pull out that sword, jam in with the other one, pull that one out, jam in one more time as you lean in close, kind of like face to face with him. He is still alive, but he is hurt.
He had it coming.
I mean, you know. This one runs haphazardly in your direction.
Ooh, it's a party over here.
Misses with a 7. He goes to swing. You kind of like do one of those standing flips and spot into place, you know, where your body kind of flattens out and you do that circular thing. That mace swings over, or the Morningstar swings over your body as you do so. He kind of looks confused by the whole action. Like
Nothing personal, kid.
All right. Is it me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, clarification. If something says it has a 5-foot radius and you choose a point, do I choose the point between the squares like this? And it hits, like, it would hit all 3 of these people? Or do I choose just the square? And it just
You
hits
choose the
one guy?
square.
Okay.
And then that's the point of origin, and then it would be 5 feet in all directions around.
Oh, so it hit like here. Sorry, it hit like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So, like, if you were doing something here, it would hit the squares all around it.
All right. I will stand up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll reach into my bag.
Okay.
And pull out a vial, and I'll huck it at this guy. And he has to make a...
This guy right here?
Yes, it hits
All
both
right.
of them, and they have to make a dexterity saving throw.
If that is your point of origin, that would also include Arneth.
Will it?
Yes, because it's a 5-foot radius. That means it's all the squares around it.
Oh.
Now, if you threw it, say, like here.
Yeah, I'm going to do it here instead. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, either one of those locations, it would not include Arneth in your
Okay.
class. They need to make a what?
Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. One on the left
Like that.
is only a 4,
He fails.
and the other one is a 13. The one on the right is a 13.
My DC is a 12, so that succeeds.
All right, so
No,
what
it doesn't.
happened?
Whoa.
No, it doesn't.
So he now rolls a 10, or he makes it. He goes to, looks like he's going to jump out of the way, and something seems to catch his leg, and he kind of stumbles in place as your vial explodes. I take it you're throwing something like a vial at them?
Yes, I throw a vial and it explodes into fire.
All right. How much damage do they take?
Sorry, I haven't quite set this up yet.
It's
So
okay.
it's just going to be that. Ah, not bad. 6
No,
fire damage.
Not bad at all. Are they on fire after that, or is it just,
Excellent question.
or does it just go out immediately? While you're looking that up, we'll keep that in mind. It is now.
Doesn't clarify, so I assume no.
Okay, so this one's turn. He's going to move there. Then And he has advantage on you as he swings his Morning Star. Did you not have initiative in there?
I did. I just changed my icon to the new one.
Okay, I see. You've moved your stuff around now. I will move you back into the proper order.
Thank you.
18 to hit you. Gillet.
I'm afraid so.
Rip.
You are going to take 15 points of piercing damage. As he brings the mace, the Morning Star, up over his head and clobbers you in the back with it. You stumble forward a bit, almost into the other one. Let's see. And then last but not least is the one that you attacked originally. And he does not have advantage, but he is going to swing at you, but only at 10. You watch as your wounds, like, he's bleeding out. It looks like he's woozy on his feet. When he goes to take a swing, it's just this half-hearted thing. You easily just parry it out of the air. We are back up to your turn, though. Gillet, why don't you kill it?
Sounds like a plan, Stan.
Get on the bus,
first
Gus.
I'm going to attack this guy with esto.
Miss.
Yeah, that's good.
Rip.
That will hit. Okay. That same guy?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You want to follow up?
And yeah, I want to make sure for flurry of blows, it's after the attack action, not after just a normal unarmed strike. Yes. So, boop, boop, for this guy.
Okay, the first one. Okay, so your first attack's up on the guy that's just above you.
Correct.
You go to swing, he brings the Morning Star down and kind of smacks the sword. So you bring it back around using momentum and slice him across the shoulder. Then you turn and pivot on your heel. You go to hit the other guy with one fist, and he blocks that, but the other one with the short sword clocks him clean in the face. And with that, go ahead and roll damage on that 22 because that hits. And with that, he falls down. There's a horrible crunch and snap sound, and his head looks as though it is positioned incorrectly. Slumps to the ground.
I will curse at the rest of them in Giant.
Wow.
They do not speak, but awesome.
I don't care.
You're like picks a language out of the Rolodex of languages that you know.
All right, Yenfir.
Me. Here. Hold on. I need to read this spell. Of course, I didn't fucking put the details. Just a moment. I'm just gonna use the same old guiding bolt. No.
All right, which one?
No, I changed my mind. I'm gonna draw my sword. My
Okay.
Rat King sword.
Ooh, okay.
And hit the same guy.
Okay.
Or not.
You go to stab, and he's just a little faster, and you see this little, almost like a half shield or a buckler. And as you go to stab, he drops it real quick. Gunk! And then it like sticks there in the shield for a second. He glowers over at you. Gadista. Oh, what was your bonus action, Jack?
I'm just so sleepy. What do I want to do? I feel like a lot of us are over in one area. So I'm gonna phase step.
Okay.
Over to our buddy. Kill it.
Oh, me. I'm a buddy.
Yeah.
All right. You vamp over there. All right. There's this rustling of leaves, like dead leaves that fall out of the sky. And as they dissipate, Gillet, right beside you, you watch as these dead leaves fall. And standing next to you is Yenfir. Callista, it's your turn.
I'm going to use my action to do damage again with Witch Bolt.
Okay.
Since that is a thing.
Nice.
Which is this one here.
Yep.
I'm then going to expend 2 sorcery points.
Okay.
To change the casting time of Magic Missile to a bonus action.
Ooh, damn.
And because Magic Missile is not a concentration spell, I don't have to drop Witch Bolt.
Nope.
Is this one still standing?
It is. Barely.
All
You
right.
can see that it seems that the lightning that is around its body is the only thing that's holding it up.
Okay. I'm going to cast one shot of
One bolt
Magic
of-
Missile
that.
at him. The other 2 are going to the one that's in front of Arnef.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage on that one. Oh, nice. And with that, the energy crackling all over his body with the lightning holding him up, and you just fire that purple streaks forward. As it slams into him, it seems to take him off of his feet. He drops to the ground, just still being palpatined, but he is dead.
And then the damage for the other 2.
Okay.
On to this one.
And you watch as those 2 bolts of energy slam into that one, and there's just a little pop and sizzle of burning hair, or actually it's force damage. There's a crack, and you watch as he kind of looks at you for a second, Arneth, and his eyes kind of roll, and then he drops to the ground.
Yikes.
Nice.
Magic Surge 15, okay. Ooh. All right. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. This one is going to try to attack you once again. $16. What is it with them trying to just take you out, my man? $12. He goes to swing at you, and it's like right at your face, and you watch his arm seems to draw short, and it goes woof, right in front of you, narrowly missing you.
All right.
He looks at his own morning star just in confusion.
It's defective.
I should actually probably set that up as a command. Give me a second.
All right. Arnett, it's your turn.
Okay, sorry, I was yawning.
No yawning allowed.
Well, guess I'll turn to the bugbear that's beside me and slice away.
Slicey, slicey. Miss. Miss.
Yikes.
Miss.
Yikes.
This time he was watching as he's on. He keeps his defenses up. Draws the first one and breaks the attack with his shield. The other one, he brings his Morning Star down just in time to deflect your hit. The third one, he kind of, it's a reflex. It's not even like it was a pure defense. He just kind of jerks his arm and the shield up at the same time.
I'm a little
your-
impressed.
I mean, you know, that's understandable.
Yeah.
All right. It is now Bugbear turn. He swings at you, Arneth, but still recovering from his defense. His Morning Star misses and he slams it into the ground, looking at you, just kind of. Lucky.
I am going to come over here.
Okay.
I'll whip another vial at this. Yeah, yeah, right there.
Got it.
Spot. Hit those two.
Got it.
Get it. Got it. Good. They have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's right. They do.
Or actually, I have a different one. I'm going to make them do... Nope, the same thing. Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. The one by Arneth, 6. The one by Gillett, 16.
So the one by Arneth takes 4 damage. And then I'm going to take out Annalise's hand crossbow. I'm going to shoot that same guy as a bonus action.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
How do hand crossbows work?
1d20 plus proficiency if you are proficient in it.
Yes.
And then it's going to be your dexterity bonus, ranged weapon.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, it was a 1d6.
Damage is 1d6 plus your dexterity modifier.
Yeah.
Second. My dexterity modifier is 4. I did that wrong.
No.
That's what I rolled.
I got a 51.
That will hit.
Are we playing Pathfinder?
I got a 7,800 to hit. What?
Oh,
All right, the 18
God.
hit.
All right, and that's my damage.
Which one was it again?
This guy.
Okay. The bolt sticks in his shoulder as he. Did he take any damage from the fire? Half or anything?
No, the other guy, he doesn't take anything. It's just all or nothing.
All right. Their turn. This one down below. $17 to hit you.
Bah.
We're just having a time with you, man. 18 damage as he brings it up once again, and he smacks you right between the shoulder blades, puncturing into your skin. Are you okay?
I mean, I'm ugly, but I'm up.
The way you were okay before? All right, your turn.
Are you okay the way you were okay before?
Yeah.
You know, that time you died.
Yeah, the time you straight up fucking went to the other side.
All right, what are you doing, Gillett?
I'm going to do this one first.
Nice.
Ooh, damn.
So I'm going to go ahead and regain, let's see here, 3 times my monk level, so it's going to be 18.
You just take it. And then there's just this moment where you're kind of, and as you exhale, you watch as some of the wounds that are on his body close and seal up. All right, that's your action.
Right, and I don't believe that I can even do armed strike as a bonus
No.
if I haven't taken an attack. So
Correct.
I'm
The
going to...
patient defense would be about the only thing you can do at this point in time.
Yeah, and that sounds like a pretty good idea.
Yeah, they are wailing on you kind of hard. All right. Yenfir,
Yeah.
your turn.
I am going to heal my friend.
Go ahead.
But with what spell? Healing word. I'm going to use healing word at 2nd level. Am I? Yes.
Okay, you get 5 hit points back.
God. That's brutal. And then I'm just going to say shit.
Healing word shit.
Healing word shit. Damn it.
Honestly.
Healing phrase.
I quit.
Stop it.
Stop it. That's it. That's it. That's all.
Your turn. Okay.
I got, nothing.
Callista.
Apparently. I'm terrible at everything.
Callista, it's your turn.
going to cast.
Are you okay?
Everything's fine.
Did you nearly fall out of your chair?
No.
I'm going to cast Witch Bolt again.
Okay, which one?
This one. Since it seems to
Okay.
be the one that has the greatest chance of hitting somebody.
All right, you throw the witch bolt out there. Fortunately, that does not hit.
Would using the inspiration die help it or... Sorry. Hang on. Should have said... Well, I mean, it doesn't matter, but... Does not matter, because the 7 is the higher one. Would inspiration hit it or... Alright. I'm afraid to... Hang on. Because of the hotkeys, it's being a pain in my ass.
Don't use hotkeys ever.
Never.
Hotkeys make my life easy. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Usually.
Or using the hotkeys to do anything.
There we go. 13?
13 does not hit him.
Okay.
Spell goes wide as he sees you finish up just in time to dive out of the way of it, coming back to his feet and looking at his new target or at his target. Is that your turn?
Alright, well, I'm gonna spend another 2 sorcery points. Another
Okay.
set of magic missiles. All of them.
Now, hold on. It's still not a cantrip. Even though you're speeding up the casting time on it, it still has a more intricate casting pattern than a
Apologies,
cantrip.
then I'm going to be doing Acid Splash.
Okay, speed up acid splash. Throw it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Delicious.
Are these 2 within 5 feet of each other?
Technically,
yes or no?
No.
Okay. Then it's still at this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, you toss it over there. Dexterity saving throw or take some damage. That is the wrong button. Beats it, dives out of the way, or bats it out of the air with his shield. There's a psst as it bites into the shield, but doesn't do any damage to him, unfortunately. All right. Buggy Bear's turn. Oh. He shouts something in Goblinoid and points over his shoulder toward the forest. He then disengages and then eats out of there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He gets to the tree line. Arneth, you still have 1 in front of you.
Should have polymorphed his ass.
Does anybody speak Goblin?
Not I.
I wonder. Nope.
I wonder.
I wonder.
Should
All right, Arneth, what do you do?
More stabbing. Might as well try some more.
Go for it. Hit. Miss. Miss.
1 hit. It's better than nothing.
That's right. Stab the short sword. Stab the short sword into him. He yelps from the pain, and as you pull to go make a second attack, this time he brings the shield and the Morningstar down to deflect your blade. Sees the other one coming in at the last second and hits it so hard it nearly sends it out of your hand, but you hold on to it. And he is going to yell over his shoulder, look at you. Then he's yelling over his shoulder in some language that you don't understand. Then he looks at you and just bellows in your face and disengages.
Get some spittle on me.
Yep, he gets to that tree line right there. Lurky.
Coward.
Lucky, your turn.
They're running for it.
Looks like it.
I'll come here. I'll pull out one of my vials and like start to uncork it and look at him and be like, "Run."
Okay. Is that your turn?
I'm gonna prepare the action that if he doesn't run, I'm gonna throw my jar here.
All right. And then it's his turn. And he is disengaging. 20, 25, 30. And he gets there.
That's right.
None of them are looking
Come
back
back.
at you. They're all just bolting. What are you doing? Gillet, it's your turn.
You're darting him.
That guy.
Okay, that will hit. What's the range on that? 20?
Yeah, it was 2060, I believe.
5, 10, 15, 20. It's just out of range. It's actually going to have disadvantage on it.
All right.
Roll one more time.
Oh, well.
Dart sails, and just before it hits him, it dives into the dirt right at his feet. You want to try to toss another one?
Nah, at this point, I'll just...
All right. Yenfear.
Me.
They're bolting.
Me too. I'm gonna use wait, how far is he?
Like crossbow bolt.
Did it get
25 feet from you.
you know what? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You got him, bolter. Crossbow bolt. 16 will hit. Damage.
Yeah.
All right. It sticks into his back shoulder, but he doesn't seem to slow down from it. He kind of stumbles forward as it slams into him and yelps in pain.
I go, "What the hell, guys? They're running away. Are we
Still
taking after
continuing.
Annalise now? Just killing everyone?"
All right. Bonus action? Anything?
No. Good.
Flipping the deuces. All right.
Yeah, totally.
Callista,
That
they are
just goes
running
those.
away. What are you doing?
It's apparent to her that at least two of them want to finish this fight. So she is going to cast Sleet Storm on all three of them.
Okay. Yep, they need to make a, what is it, dexterity or con?
Dexterity saving throw. If they fail, they're prone.
What's the DC on that?
16.
Okay. One on the left. Fail. One in the middle. Fail. One on the right. Fail.
All right.
All three fail. Give me damage.
I don't actually, there's no damage for it.
Oh, is it just...
It
just
literally
prone?
just creates rough terrain, and every time they want to try, and I think it's yeah, so it's now difficult terrain, and it's a 20-foot, it's a 40-foot radius centered here.
Okay.
So it is.
That is your turn?
Yeah. It actually, like, it actually would catch, I'm gonna move it back.
All of us?
I'm gonna move it back, hang on.
Whoops.
I have like 150 feet on this thing, so.
I trusted you.
Which is surprising.
New person, how could you betray us?
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
All right.
So it's centered
All right.
here.
Huh? And then
But
reaches out. That's fine.
Yeah, won't catch the party.
So they have to make a saving throw to try to stand up or anything?
Not according to the spell description, but it is difficult terrain, so their movement is halved.
All right, so he stands up, which takes half of his movement.
But we have a ranger, so our movement
And
is
then
not.
his movement is half, so he's there. Wait, which one was it again? Make sure I got the right one. Nope, it's this one. He's able to move there. Arneth.
So are we finishing things off?
You guys tell me. It's 9:12, 9:17.
Well, party. Yay. Nay.
You do what you want, murderers.
We'll
I'm
let
gonna
them
go to bed.
live this time.
Alright, I won't attack.
All right. Are you anybody else plan on attacking them at all?
Well, as soon as they say we're going to let them live, she'll just drop concentration and the entire field disappears.
So no one else is going to make any attacks.
Wow.
Okay. They flee off into the woods as soon as you drop your...
Fans want blood.
You spend the rest of the time resting again. The rest of the day passes with no interference. The next day, I should say. Because that was the last watch.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
You
sure.
arrive in Adalar. To most of you, the town is familiar. You spent time here. To Callista, it is a new place. Sorry. Looking for my book. You immediately head toward the town hall, the mayor's office. The mayor that you left in charge. Barden Wainwright.
Ah, yes.
Barden looks, for the most of you who have seen him before, he looks a bit wan. You remember him being a very robust, not fat, but like muscly. A little bit of a paunch, but mostly muscle.
Thick.
He looks, what's that?
Thick.
Yeah, thick boy. As you look, he looks like he's wasted away a little. His eyes have deep bags under them. Looks exhausted. He sees Yenfir and Gillet, Arneth and Lucky. He smiles. His lips dry, cracked. He says, I'm so glad you could all make it. And with the tired face of Barden Wainwright smiling at you, we're going to finally call it here for the night. Thank you all, one and everyone, for watching. I want to give a shout out again to all the patrons who support us. It is because of you guys that we're allowed to do some of the things that we are. We appreciate and love each and every one of you. Thank you all for tuning in and watching this very dramatic episode of Foundations of Adalar. Tune in on Wednesday when we'll be flying through space, creating stressful situations where we test the boundaries of human interaction with the NEEC and Alone in the Void, starting at 5 p.m. Central Time until 8 p.m. Central Time. And we will be back again on that following Monday with another episode of Foundations of Adalar, as they are finally back in Adalar. And why are they back? What's going on? Who's that man? Thank you all once again for tuning in and watching. You have a great night, and until next time, roar for initiative.
Roar.
Roar.